Harry, we're here at the base of the grand staircase.
Right.
Now, I understand you helped find this building.
MOTB set me out on the streets of Washington in 2011 and 12. Finally, I stumbled upon this building, and it was really the perfect building. It was built in 1921 as the first refrigerated warehouse in Washington. The freight train would come in on the second floor, roughly where our large LED screen is, and goes 140 feet across the building, and drop off the refrigerated beef and then go out the other end. So you can imagine the strength of all of the pylons and other things that hold this building up. So I figured it would be enough to operate a museum. And then in 1960, it was transitioned into the Washington Design Center. Ceilings were low, so we took out every other ceiling and went up 2 floors from there to the max that the District of Columbia would allow us to go. And voila, we have a building.
So converting a massive structure like this into a museum must have been a challenge. In fact, let's talk some trivia. Give us some idea of just how amazing this building really is.
Well, it took 5 years to remodel this building into a museum, and it was one of the most massive projects I've ever encountered. Just the support piles, as we've talked about before, were driven deep into the ground, sometimes 30, 40 feet. To support the museum, they're about 13 times the height of the Washington Monument.
That is pretty big.
During construction, we had enough scaffolding to cover half a football field, and the building is made up of almost 40 miles of brick, or 20 times the length of the National Mall in Washington. We removed enough dirt and rubble to fill almost 10 Olympic-sized swimming pools.
Wow.
And we hit water.
How big exactly is the museum?
The building is 430,000 square feet. It was basically that size before we did the demolition, but we added 2 floors to come back up to the 430,000 square foot maximum. The main arcade in the Grand Hall is 140 feet long, and our grand staircase has 264 steps. But don't worry, we have plenty of elevators.
Now, I understand that turning on the lights every morning is quite the orchestrated task.
Yes, before we open our doors, we have to turn on about 350 light switches. Some are, of course, automated.
In a building filled with priceless artifacts and incredible exhibits, having effective lighting is pretty important.
It is, and even maybe more important are the 300 security cameras and additional lighting to support those security cameras throughout the building.
Wow, well, thank you for the most unusual tour I have ever experienced. I love the Museum of the Bible.
In the book of Psalms, the Bible says, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path." In many ways, Museum of the Bible is designed around light. From the moment you enter through the great bronze doorway, marble tiles begin transitioning from darkness to light. From the dazzling LED ceiling in the lobby, to the magnificent central staircase, to the glass atrium revealing the Capitol building just a few blocks away, the museum radiates with light. But it's not just about illumination. It's an illustration of how for thousands of years the Bible has been a guiding light during times of challenge and turmoil. Time and time again, the words of the Bible have inspired untold generations to overcome the darkness and embrace the light of life. When you support Museum of the Bible, you're not just supporting a building, as magnificent as it is. You're helping support a mission that's at work every day in countries around the world. in classrooms where breakthrough technology is teaching a new generation about the Bible, where researchers continue to discover ancient artifacts and insights that transform our understanding of the Scriptures, and perhaps most important, assuring that the Bible will continue to be read, discussed, and loved by millions of people. But it only happens because of you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your passion about the Bible. And thank you for making a difference.